Hello, my beautiful viewers. How you feeling? Well, today I'm feeling like the sun, but this is just a screensaver. I am here in New Zealand. It is Monday already, September the 29th. So I am in most of your futures. And somebody asked me the other day, okay, Sanet, you are 18 hours in front of me. So please give me tonight's lotto tickets. The winning numbers. I laughed because it was so funny. So my beautiful viewers, I've got amazing guests. And guess what? We're going to talk about courage and transformation. Just to breathe is, is taking courage. To get out of bed is taking courage. And like my grandson Zander, he is 10 years old. The other day said, Omi, I've learned something from you. I said, what? Because I think it's a lot of things I've tried to teach him. And he said, it takes courage to get old, Omi. Because I'm 60 years old this year. And this was a wonderful year that I spent most of the year with all of my grandchildren. And I've got three. My beautiful Csakvary, he is going to be 1 year old on Thursday, the 2nd of October. So I'm so excited. So my beautiful ones, just being here and taking action takes courage. So are you ready for today's show? I am. I'm so excited. We've got Scotland in the house. We've got New Zealand in the house. We've got New York in the house. South Carolina, North Carolina. I'm not sure if it's South. I think it's South Carolina. New York in the house. Scotland in the house. We've got Australia, Gold Coast in the house. And then I've got somebody on the screen, but I cannot see who it is. So I will find out as well. So are you ready? Here is my beautiful golden sponsor. He is sponsoring the show, Ted McLayman. Thank you, Ted. And then thank you to all my beautiful diamonds and Tanzanite euros that is helping me with the membership, the soul. I call them my slim soul angels. But here we go.
When somebody starts talking about money, do you just black out and say, that's not me? Yeah, I get it. Man, I've worked with people all my life with helping them make better money decisions. And I just wrote a book for you. It's a book about my experience helping people who don't like money make better money decisions. Take a look at it. It's available now on Amazon.
My guest is in the house. My guest is in the. I didn't know I'm going to sing that song. What is that song? My beautiful Susie, my songbird. What song is it? My guest is in the house. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Sorry.
It's okay. It will come to me now. I'm sure it's one of the children's songs. I'm telling you, my beautiful guest, I'm in children's songs all over again. And here in New Zealand, they are very big on Bluey. And I know the other side of the world, people don't know the Bluey, but Bluey is very big here. So I know all the words for Bluey, and I know a few episodes of Bluey already because I think I watched it a few times. But anyway, so my guest is here, my beautiful viewers. Before we start, I would just want to remind you that all my guests, they how to connect with them is in the show notes below. You're always welcome to click on the show notes, and then you will see all my guests' elevated pictures as well as how to connect with them. So let us start. Let us start. My beautiful coach Eve, and it's almost midnight there in sunny Scotland. Please introduce yourself and tell us what are you gonna. I think we must leave that for later. We will definitely talk about it, but please introduce yourself and tell us what transformation means for you personally.
Well, thank you, Sanet. Well, hello, everyone. What a great opportunity to share the stage with wonderful people just like you, Susie, Christina, and Jamie. I'm so glad to be here today. I'm known as the legendary Coach Eve, uh, positive mindset coach, clinical hypnotherapist, a battle tested warrior who's here to show you how to rise and how to start all over again because there is a possibility for true transformation. That's a great question, Sanat. What's a transformation means to me personally? Everybody has a different meaning. Transformation could be personal, emotional, spiritual, or even, a life-changing experience, what you go through. But truly, a transformation is something that give you that deeper shift, that that effect, that identity change, that mindset change, what you can create while you're going through transformation. For me, I'm going through transformation just right now as I speak. It's a personal transformation. I had the privilege to move into my new house, so I had to transform, everything around me. I had to redecorate my house, and that is a true transformation for me. What I'm living right now in this moment, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful, Sanat. Thank you. That's a great question. Back to you.
Wow. And then when we do the move, we realize how many things we collected over the years and didn't even have an eye on it or didn't even remember it. That's how crazy this is. Thank you, my beautiful Coach Eve. My beautiful Jamie, please introduce yourself and also tell us what transformation means to you personally. I'm just going to go off screen for a minute because I need to close the window. So I will come back in a few seconds.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm Jamie. I am a social psychologist, author, and trauma recovery coach, and new podcast host. So I just started a podcast around issues of mental health and transformation. To me, I agree a lot with what Eve said. I think the focal point for real transformation is in the identity, in dealing with both personal and professional experience in the field of psychology and mental health. I can say for sure that one thing our subconscious is wired for automatically, and that is for security and comfort. And sometimes, unfortunately, that means that even if we know something is bad or painful, we would rather stay comfortable and safe where we're at and endure something that we don't like, as opposed to go to the unknown. And transformation requires going to the unknown, especially if it's going to be a new identity and transforming from who you used to be to who you're becoming, in all areas of life. So I think that's it for me, is the transformation identity going into the unknown.
Thank you. And the unknown sometimes is so daunting because you don't know what you don't know. A lot of people I've talked to, they said, but Sanet, they're not sure it's going to work. I said, but if you don't try, you will never know it's going to work. And yes, don't say I failed. It's not fail. It was just another measurement of not doing it again. How amazing. Thank you so much, my beautiful. So, my beautiful Jamie, sorry, did you say South Carolina or North Carolina?
South Carolina.
Oh, I thought so, but then when I was starting the show, I thought, oh, genade, maybe I had the wrong Carolina, but South
Well,
Carolina.
at least they're next door to each other, so it's not that big of a difference.
Thank you. My beautiful Christina, can you please introduce yourself and tell us what transformation means for you?
Absolutely, with pleasure. First of all, thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to be with all of you here today. So I'm Christina Heike. I'm the founder of Soul Science LLC, where we heal emotional trauma at the root through soul-aligned and science-backed methods that reconnect you to your peace, power, and presence. And transformation, you already hear in what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, and that's also what I've done for myself my whole life. That's really, I believe, life is transformation, right? It's like churning butter or making yogurt. Like we're kind of like there is a process happening, and we can try to withstand it, or we can consciously tap into like wanting to have certain transformations, wanting to look deeper, wanting to stop stumbling over our own feet too much, right? We might always do a little, but stop running in circles with the same problems. Do we really want to shift and change? And I think that's transformation for me is really the intentional plugging into a collaboration with God to be like, let me pave my way and allow me to contribute what I came here to contribute on the planet to make it a tiny bit better.
I love it. Thank you. I was working on my speech or my talk that I need to do for Coach Eve on, well, it will be my Sunday, but for the rest of the world, it will be on Saturday. And you know, my beautiful Susie, I had my first time zone change here in New Zealand. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. So I don't know, even with the others, I just, one of your speakers is now giving us, Susie's on your side, your speaker is, we will just have to check. Oh, no, that's okay, we will just check. So I had my first time zone change here. Now I said to my son-in-law, woke up the normal time, but it was an hour later. Okay. Now what's cooking? So it was so funny. So I worked out something. I said to what I wanted to say on Coach Eve's session. I'm going to say your past is for learning, and then your present is for living, and your future is for growing. I've got something to talk about each of that, but that was just in a synopsis when you said, Christina. I thought, let me just quickly mention that. Okay, let me see if I can hear if Susie's sound is okay. Just give me 1 second. Can you guys
Yeah,
hear it
there's
as
oh,
well?
I don't know what's happening. I could hear you before, and then the sound was, I don't know, playing up. So it looks like it's all right now. Is it all right for everybody else?
No. Oh,
There's no
is it
more
all right
weird
for
sound
you? If
happening.
not, yeah.
Oh no, it's started again. Can you hear it again? I don't know. I should leave because it sounds really bad. So I'll say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone in the world. And I'll catch up with you all another time and take my dodgy video with me.
Oh, I'm
Oh, is it
so
all right
sorry,
now?
my beautiful
No,
one.
it's no good. I'm going to leave. Sorry, lovelies. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Oh, just give me 1 second. Okay. Can you all hear me? Sorry, my beautiful viewers. I just need to tell you sometimes. Sometimes you have to think on your feet. And I said sorry, but actual fact, I'm not sorry because our life is like this. There is stuff happening that you can control. I know Susie tried her best to come in. She had to switch from her laptop to her mobile. She came in with a mobile, and mobile is very difficult to work in the studio. It's really to work the background stuff in the studio, but she still came through. And then when she was supposed to speak, then we could not hear because of the mic. My beautiful Coach Eve, are you ready for your second question?
Yes, Sanat, shoot. I'm ready.
Can you share a moment in your life that required I mean, deep courage?
Oh, yes. Yes, deep courage. I think we face deep courage sooner or later in our life. And the courage what I really had to uh, gather together and be very, very strong when I relocated from the States. I used to live in Chicago, Illinois, and I was relocating and trying to start a new life and come back to Europe after, gosh, 15 years. It was frightening. I was so scared. I didn't know what am I gonna face. I didn't know how everything is gonna be like. So I really needed to tap in, and I really needed to have courage to make that move. And oh boy, I remember like it was yesterday. But I'm a God-fearing woman, and I prayed a lot, and I asked God to protect me and give me strength to able to go through this move. My daughter was 1 year old, and after 15 years to decide you're moving back with a 1 year old daughter, I think that takes courage. And that was the most that was the significant moment in my life when I really needed to have strength and courage to able to make that move. Thank you, Sana. That's a great question.
Thank you, my beautiful coach Eve. And when you did the move and you were settled in Europe or UK, how did it feel when you finally thought, I can breathe?
Well, it was a little while when I get back. My hometown is called the big city Oradea. It's the part of old Hungarian, just by the border of Hungary and Romania. And like I said, I didn't know anything. What's gonna happen, or how things are back in Europe, because I wasn't visiting for 15 years. And I I took a good 6 months to try to fit in, and I had to relocate, and I had to dig deep again to get the courage to move to the UK and start all over again. And it was hard. I'm telling you, it was hard. It wasn't easy. But after you realized right now, and in a state of everything is settled, I have my new home, and everything is working out. It is such a fulfillment, such a joy of, oh my God, I overcome that. Oh my God, look at that transformation, what I went through. And, my husband supported me, every step of the way. And that was a fantastic achievement for not just for me, but for our family as well. It was hard. It wasn't easy, but we did it.
Thank you. So, what you actually are saying, my beautiful coach, is if you're going through the storm and you don't see if there's a way out, when the storm passes and you connect the dots, you can see how your courage have changed your environment. Hmm?
Exactly,
Hmm?
exactly, Sana.
I love it. I love it. My beautiful Jamie. So this question will be to you and to beautiful Christina, and then I'm going to ask different questions. But this question is also for you. Can you share a moment in your life that required deep, deep courage?
Yes, one came to mind immediately when you asked Eve that question, and it's actually a moment where I didn't feel very courageous. Since the age of 9, I struggled with childhood trauma, abuse, and depression, leading up to a suicide attempt when I was 18. And that was the very first time I had any um, medical or psychiatric treatment for grief and depression as a child. And I ended up years later, seeking therapy, medical treatment, started going to college, got my bachelor's degree in psychology, had worked for a couple of nonprofits helping others. And then a few years after that, I hit a very, very low point in my life where I had lost my job. I was not connected to my family. I had lost the relationship that I was in, and I found myself back in a very dark place, very depressed. And I tried a lot of the stuff that had worked before in terms of my mental health, and it just wasn't working. And within probably 3 or 4 months of just straight depression, I was done. I was done. I didn't want to continue. The pain and the darkness and the struggle and just constantly having to fight emotionally was just too much. And so I asked a friend of mine to take me to the hospital because I just didn't want to go on anymore. I didn't really have a plan to commit suicide in that moment, but I just couldn't see any other way out of what I have been struggling with for going on 4 months straight. And so my friend took me to the hospital, and because I knew I would get there and not only get medical treatment, but I would also get to talk to a psychiatrist in the hospital. And so I did that, and at the time, like I said, it didn't feel very courageous. It felt kind of like, well, it was embarrassing for one, because here I was, I had already overcome this very same, condition years ago and had achieved many great things in my life. And so it was kind of embarrassing. And I felt like I was just kind of like laying down and giving up. Um, but something interesting after I stayed in for like the 3 days, which is a typical protocol for someone that is not actively suicidal. And after those 3 days, came out and went and stayed back with my friend. But it was interesting because there was only one other friend of mine that knew what I had been going through in that moment, and knew where I was. So only two people knew where I was. Probably, I don't know, maybe a month later, I was talking to this friend, and he said to me, he said, "That's the most courageous thing I think I've ever seen." He said, it takes real courage to admit when you need help. He said, most people, especially men, will not admit that they need help. They will just continue to push things down and cover them up and hide them, which, you may work your way out of it for now, but it only makes things worse long term. And then, of course, there's people that actually go through with suicide, and it's something that we don't talk about, especially in men's health. 80% of all suicides are men for this very reason, because we're we're taught not to ask for help when we're growing up. And so that was probably one of the most courageous things that I did, and didn't intend to be wasn't intending to be courageous about it.
Thank you, my beautiful Jamie. So, my beautiful Coach Eve and Christina, beautiful Crystal Rose have introduced Jamie to me, and we had an amazing coffee chat. And my beautiful Jamie, your song, just help me with the person that sings your song,
Christopher Cross.
Christopher Cross. And just
Yes.
give me the name of your song again, right? With help me
Ride
with
like the wind.
yeah, right like the wind. We had such a beautiful time, and I actually went and looked at the lyrics, and wow, incredible. And I could not even I remember the song, but I really didn't know exactly. And when we had our discussion, that song represented freedom.
Hmm.
And my beautiful Jamie, I do believe that you taking up your courage showed others that they can also be free of what they are going through, because you showed them what to do. So thank you so much for what you have done. So, my beautiful Christina, are you ready for the same question, my beautiful one?
I I am ready. I have a hard time picking. Like I have it's so interesting because I'm a repeat immigrant from Europe to the US and back, right? So I can very much relate to like what Coach Eve shared, and I've worked to like a lot of like emotional and physical abuse from childhood, and stood up to my father, who later on professed he just wanted to break my will so I have it easier in life. And so I withstood that and fought for my I want to say for my life in a way, right? Not that he was like ready to kill me. I mean, but you understand what I'm saying. Um, But what recently is coming to mind is like this year, my father died in spring, and just today, a week ago, my cat died that we had for 12 years, and which might sound not such a big deal for some, but anyone who had a furry friend knows how they're often closer than family because they're around you all the time. They don't argue. They don't make your life difficult. They don't play mind games, right? They're love and sweetness and joy. And so I think the biggest courage is to face the suffering, like the suffering that my father went through, and to stay with him also in the night when he died, to have that courage to be there with that heaviness and carry it with him. And similar with my cat, to be with him through that suffering and through that moment of death. And I think that's what moves me almost like the deepest, and also really needs courage from me to stay present, with that immense sadness that I feel, and the wish to like could take that suffering from them. And yeah, I think that's what takes the most courage for me, to stay with a living being in the moment of like when death is approaching. And interestingly enough, life has given me those moments quite a few times. Also, my best friend from high school died of cancer when he was just 30 years old, and had asked me to be with him in the time, like in his last weeks and so on. And so in many ways, I know that is also part of what I'm offering, like my close people, right? And that I want to do. And yet it's not a walk in the park. It's really confronting me with my own, what's the English word? With my own not eternal life of my body, right? And I have a son, that the other moment of courage to raise, like bring him into the world all by myself. The father wasn't willing to be part of that. So those moments, life and death, right? That's where I feel like that's really letting me roll up my sleeves and dig really deep into. And honestly, all the trauma and the pain that got transformed along the way and the work I did is really helping me to hold the pain of others, also in the work with people, right, Jamie? I think you probably can relate to that also, and Eve probably too. This yeah, it brings a much stronger capacity to hold the pain.
Thank you, my beautiful Christina. And I am the honored one to be able to be your book coach, not only your book coach, but also Coach Eve's book coach. And
Yes.
we talked about, what you did through your story of your father, and I had to put on my glasses twice because you told me well, we discussed a few things and what you went through and what you done for him on his deathbed. You are incredible, and I'm so honored to know you, and I love you very much. So thank you so much for that. So my beautiful guest, we're going to have a few more questions in a while, and I'm also going to ask you how can people get to know you and how what are you doing currently to serve the world. But first of all, I would love to play my sponsor's video, Ted McLayman. Thank you for being my golden sponsor. So if you want to be a sponsor for the Power Hour TV show, please let me know. I've got two ways of you doing it. A VIP for a show, then you will be a guest with a VIP, or you take up the golden sponsor that is for a certain time, and that is one of my golden sponsors. And then I've got also amazing ladies from the Diamond Beauties Forever Group and I've got one gentleman from the Tanzania group that is my slim. Slim stands for Self Love Ignites Me. So, angels, I call them my angels, my membership. Thank you all for supporting me to continue bringing more stories and more voices to every one of you, my beautiful viewers. And then before I play my video of Ted, I just want to say thank you for your time. I know your time is valuable, but I do believe through a story of each of my guests or something they say can trigger you and change your life forever. Then we have done our work. I've done my work. So I just want to say thank you for all your time that you are spending with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go.
When somebody starts talking about money, do you just black out and say, that's not me? Yeah, I get it. Man, I've worked with people all my life with helping them make better money decisions. And I just wrote a book for you. It's a book about my experience helping people who don't like money make better money decisions. Take a look at it. It's available now on Amazon.
Thank you so much. So, Christina, I'm going to reverse the order now. So, are you ready, my beautiful one? Can you give the viewers two tips? Or if you have three, but two tips will be good. If the person is in that state that they don't know what to do, they're like stuck in their own life. Do you have two tips for them to help them to take up their own courage shield, please?
Wow, that's a big question, and I'm working very individually with people. So I really tune the tips into like the very specific person. And if I were to now come up with more like a generic idea, it's really number one, coming back into your body, movement, dancing, taking a walk, breathing, like because often when we feel so stuck and maybe totally anxious and all of that, we're stuck in our head and we're spinning. So do anything that helps you to ground, to come more back into your body. And most of the time, this very moment, you are safe, right? Like all the feelings that freak us out are usually past or future like thoughts. So if you can bring yourself to just the moment of put your hand on your heart and breathe and extend your exhale, focuses on the exhale to really, really like kind of exhale anything that's like weighing on you. You can use your shoulders doing it, inhale and exhale with a sigh. whatever works for you. For someone, it's taking a bath, massaging your feet, like that coming back to the body is one of the most important things. And number two, I mean, that we're already like, I don't know, 20 in one. Like, and that's actually also something I'm going to have in my book, right? I'm going to help people to like try out those different tools to see what kind of self-regulation tool works for them, because not everything is for everyone, right? It's like we need to find the ones that are really clicking with us. Number two, from I think I might take Jamie's most important one away when I say this now. It's connect with others. You know, find a person to talk to. Like find someone you can, and sometimes it doesn't even have to be someone you can like share everything that burdens you with. Sometimes it's just a human being to like have a coffee with you. Like it doesn't have to be in all the depth. Ideally you find that, but sometimes we don't have it. But connect with someone. And if you don't have a human being, have a furry friend to connect to. You know, go to a shelter, walk a dog. You know, um, those where we connect more and interact and start feeling more alive again. I think that's my drift of that.
Thank you, my beautiful Christina. And that's why I love our, especially the diamond beauties. The men is not talking yet. I'm trying, but not talking yet. But for the diamond beauties, we've got our Mrs. Spots, and it's incredible. It's incredible. So, my beautiful Christina, thank you so much for your tips. Yes, you have given us 20 in one, 20 in two. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. So, this on Friday, I went and did my nails, and the lady said to me, she wants to send me, because I gave her a hug. And she said, nobody is giving you a hug for somebody to do your nails. So I said, but you made my nails different and I didn't want to use the gel. So she showed me another way that she can make my nails beautiful. And I gave her a hug. And she said, can she send it me to her sister? And I thought, oh my goodness, what is cooking here? She sent me downstairs to the hairdresser. So they gave me a free, I don't know, but it was a Japanese for another full version. This is small version to say thank you. They had this stick that looks like a shower gel, like this, and it went from here to the back, and it, you know, that little bit of massaging for me. Oh, my girls and Jamie, I was so relaxed. I was like, wow. And I never even know that there's a thing like this that is exists in the world. And she scratched my head and was, and I thought, wow, it's actually relaxing. So when I got home, I found out it's a whole movement, the Japanese way of your head massaging. They call it a head spa. ASMR, I think. I'm not too sure now what's the rest, but it was like amazing. So now I really want to see how a full thing is. So how unexpected. I never knew that I'm going to be treated like that. So my beautiful Jamie, open for a lot of possibilities, because I could have told this lady, no, thank you, I don't have time. But I explore because, first of all, they are from Vietnam, so I'm not too sure what massaging parlor she's sending me to. And it was a hairdresser. So I wanted to make sure I'm on a good. But if I was not open, I would not experience something magical on Friday. So I want to ask you this question. And you actually have used the word uncomfortable in the beginning. How do you continue to choose growth even when it's uncomfortable? If you can give that advice to the viewers, please.
Yeah, but I have a question first. So if I go to the spa with the head massage, do I get a discount because I don't have hair? So it's only going to take half the time?
Yeah,
That
and
should
now
be,
they don't do anything about your hair. They actually do the scalp and the neck and the back treatment. No, it's nice
yeah,
to hair.
that sounds amazing. Yeah, yeah. I need to do that. I need to do that.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Um, so what do I say about continuing even when it's uncomfortable
Yes,
in growth?
yes.
I'm going to use my favorite analogy that I absolutely hated learning. And one of my favorite speakers, he's passed away now, Jim Rohn. I'm sure if anybody's listened to motivational speaking in the past 30 years, you've heard of Jim Rohn.
Yes.
But he uses this analogy. I learned it the hard way. When I was growing up, one of my grandparents had a farm. So we used to have to go out into the farm and work. We would have to pull weeds. We would have to go get eggs, clean the chicken coop, which was poop out of the floor, um, feed pigs, work in the sun, picking, fruits and vegetables and stuff. And I hated it. I hated it, especially as a young teenager. I was like, I could be home playing video games or watching TV or something, play with my friends. Why I got to be out here doing this? This is horrible. But understanding how life works, and I mean nature in terms of life. We're full of technology now to where some people they never see nature in reality. They see it on a screen. They never live in it. But a garden, if you're going to grow food, there's a process to it. And that process is done through seasons. And it's, first of all, you don't plant a seed today and then go pick the fruit tomorrow. That's not the way it works. And that's the same way with growth. So whether you're at the beginning of your journey of growth and healing, whether you're in the messy middle, as it is always called by people who know, or whether you've been doing it for 20 or 30 years and you still see ups and downs, that's the way it's supposed to be. When you grow something, you can plant 100 tomato seeds and get 10 plants. All of them don't work out. That's the way life is. That's the way it's supposed to be. And even the ones that work, sometimes they get worms and disease and brown rot. And if they don't get enough sun, they don't grow right. If they don't get enough water, they don't grow right. It's more difficult than what we think. We just go in the store and pick up a tomato and buy it, and that's it. But there's so many factors to that one tomato being alive. Just that one that you pick out of the store has already been through so many adversities to make it to that store that for you to pick out. And that's the same with us. You've already made it through so many adversities. If you're listening right now, guess what? You have already beaten every single thing that has come against you in your life. Everything. You've already beaten it because you're still here. So when you're in that season of growth, think about it like there's winter. Winter's hard. It's cold. There's no fresh growth in winter. You have to just kind of wait it out. You kind of just, bundle up and wait. When it comes spring, that's when it's time to plant. That's when you make moves. That's when you grow. You make huge leaps during spring. Summer, you enjoy the fruits of the growth that you just experienced in spring. And then fall, you plan for winter. So the same with the seasons, the same with growing food, fruits and vegetables. That is your growth. You have to understand there's a process to it. It takes time. There's ups and downs. And it doesn't matter who you are or how long you've been working on it. You're going to have the same down times as everybody else. Some are drastic, some are worse than others. But after those down times, guess what's coming next? After that winter, as Jim Rohn would say, what an opportune place to put spring is after winter. If you could put it anywhere, the best place would be after winter. And that's the way growth is. Ups and downs and longevity. Enjoy the process.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, my beautiful Jamie. So, my beautiful viewers, on screen you will see all of my guest websites. So, just after their names, their website is on there. But also remember, on the show notes down below, you are welcome to click and connect with all my guests. And then, my beautiful ladies, please, Christina and Coach Eve, you've connected with each other already, and you are part of my Slim Soul Angels. But please connect with Jamie. Jamie, connect with the ladies. You will never know. I've got a challenge out for coffee chat. I'm currently on coffee chat. Jamie, I think I did one more coffee chat after you. I'm currently at 648 coffee chats in over 3 years. So, my beautiful ones connect with each other and have coffee chats. So, my beautiful Coach Eve, I know that this show is recorded and it's a few days before your amazing big summit, but this show will be going out on the 16th of October. So, just with that in mind, can I ask you particularly this question? What message would you share with somebody afraid to begin their transformation?
Great question, Sanata. Thank you for asking me that. Um, this is gonna sound crazy, and you know the answer. Beautiful viewers, keep going, keep pushing. I learned from Bob Proctor and Dr. Mal Gill how to tear down your barriers and how you actually overcome those fears. You have to believe in yourself. You have to, just like Jamie said, allow to go through the process. The process of growth are coming on different stages, different seasons in life. Just like that seed, what Jamie said, you have to, first plant it and you have to wait, you have to water it, you have to give enough nourishment. So this is exactly with your goals, with your dreams, with your transformation. You have to keep going, keep pushing through, and you're gonna see how wonderful transformation, how wonderful goals, how wonderful desires you can manifest and achieve in your life. The number one thing is just don't give up, keep going, and learn from your mistakes. Your mistakes will show you all the things what you need to do to create a better foundation for the fresh start. So thank you for asking me that, Sanat, because we go through that in life. I guess everybody, every your viewers, Jamie, Christina, everybody goes through that. So just keep going and don't forget to celebrate your small wins. Don't forget to, allow yourself to celebrate everything what you have already overcome and give gratitude to God. Yes.
I love it. Thank you so much, my beautiful Coach Eve. So this we talked about it the other day, and I said to a few ladies, the most single, because a lot of us want to witness and see our life is amazing. So if you witness, you know, then you know your life is amazing. And I said to the single most influential witness that you can have that your life is amazing is in gratitude. Because if you really go and look every day, yeah, what are you grateful for? Then you have lots of evidence that you are actually so blessed and that you are the luckiest person alive. And one lady, she just started to cry. And afterwards, we had a talk. She said she never realized how important is gratitude. So I have a big challenge for her. She's on day 13. And I'm telling you, she's pumping out the gratitude and she's not allowed to use the same ones she did the last 12 days. She's not allowed to use. I'm telling, she said, Sanet, I didn't even realize how many blessings in my life. So, my beautiful viewers, are you ready for our golden nuggets? So, because of the screen share, I'm going to have the golden, the paparazzi pin here in front of me. Coach Eve, what is your golden nugget, please?
My golden nugget is the things doesn't kill you will make you stronger.
Are you ready for paparazzi? Here we go.
Thank you.
My beautiful Jamie, what is your golden nugget?
My golden nugget is become a student of yourself.
Wow. Are you ready for paparazzi? Here we go. Oh, cha cha, I love it. My beautiful Christina, what is your golden nugget?
I like to use this one again. It's like pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. And it
Oh,
like kind of links everything like Coach Eve and Jamie also shared about the seasons. It's like don't think our like life is a walk in the park. It might be stretches where it is, but like often it's not. And actually, that's also where our growth is happening. So instead of kicking yourself because you have pain and create more suffering, like know that we're all going through that. You know, life holds painful moments and phases, and luckily also some beautiful ones.
I love it.
And
Are you
like
ready
the
for
small limbs.
paparazzi?
Yeah.
And I know, Coach Eve, you're going to ask me, Sanet, what is your golden nugget? And I'm sorry, Coach Eve, I'm going to just state your question and answer it quickly because our show has to complete. My golden nugget is if your why is big enough, you can do anything. You can do everything. And I'm ready for paparazzi. Help me post because I cannot. Ah. Thank you, my beautiful guest. Are you ready for us to have a dance? We didn't warn Jamie that we're going to dance, but I did say in the chat that we're going to have a chat. My beautiful viewers, we are ready. Are you ready to have a dance with us? They said yes, they said yes. Now I have to run down and quickly get the song. Here we go. Here we go. Woohoo! Dancing, my beautiful viewers.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or
Go,
swimming in the
Jamie. Go, Coach
sun.
Eve.
Sprinkle
Go,
me with